As every mercenary knows, you're only as good as your worst weapon. In John Wick's case, this is a pencil. In mine, it's a manhole cover. But no matter what kind of weaponry you prefer, it's always nice to have a place of your own. To store all these destructive toys that you'll earn along the way. A secret weapons bunker, one might say. And that's why, this week, that's exactly what I created for my game. In order to add the bunker to my game, I needed three things. The first is a main base for the player to access the bunker. This would be an apartment found throughout the city. My idea is the player can upgrade their apartment to a larger size as they earn more money. The second is a way for the player to buy and add weapons to their ever-increasing arsenal. I wanted this to be sort of a black market that the player could find in the city, run by a sketchy yet friendly merchant who will be sure to never ask any unnecessary questions. And once purchased, these weapons will be permanently available at the player's weapons bunker. The third is the bunker itself. I wanted to give the bunker kind of a badass John Wick vibe, where you enter an unassuming location only to find the most outrageous weapons and gadgets at your disposal. So first up is the main base. If you hadn't noticed, the buildings pack I've been using to demonstrate the mechanics for the game are a little small for the player. It creates a great backdrop, but each building doesn't really have enough room to create a fleshed out interior. I had to modify the shape in Blender a little bit so that it could fit enough room for the player's small starting apartment, which was actually a lot harder than I thought because none of the buildings actually had interiors that were rendered. I made it so that the apartment would load upon opening the building door and unload if the player was a certain distance away as to not cause optimization problems down the road. Especially since the weapons at the moment are the most code-intensive part of my game, and by the end of the game, the player's gonna have a lot of them. The main base out of the way, now I just need a way for players to add weapons to their arsenal, and this is where the black market comes in. In my head, I had an idea for a black market similar to that of Black Ops 3, without all the microtransactions, but with the satisfaction of opening a weapons box with a shiny new gun. I already had a currency system in place that would reward players with money based on the target killed, civilian casualties, and whether it was a successful stealth kill. The amount of money available to the player is represented within a bank app on their tablet. The player can use the currency they earned to buy weapons out of the weapons catalog at the black market. One of the problems I encountered while adding this part to the game was that when the weapon was purchased, it would simultaneously spawn two weapons. One for the player to immediately pick up at the black market, and one at the player's base. This caused unnecessary duplicates of the weapon, as well as created a new weapon every time the player's base was loaded. In order to solve this problem, I had the buy system utilize what's called a game instance. A game instance is essentially a way of saving objects in an open world level. And this will make it so that there won't be any duplicates when I buy a new gun, as well as ensure that the player doesn't lose their weapon if they were to drop it during a mission. This brings us to the bunker itself. What was once an old sewer tunnel has been rediscovered and converted into your new base of operations. Away from prying eyes, the bunker will be accessible from the player's main base, and also have an emergency exit to the city's sewer system for discreet getaways. Found deep underground, behind a heavy latch door hidden in the middle of your apartment, you will keep all the weapons you've gathered throughout your missions. These weapons range from sniper rifles and pistols to breaching C4 and throwing knives. The bunker will be where the player plans their next mission and gathers any gadgets they will need to take down their target. The TV in the bunker will show the currently selected target, as well as the bounty and any extra vital information the player may need. The bunker serves a vital purpose in VR Mercenary, as it will be the main form of progression throughout the game. Future mechanics I plan to add would be missions that require night vision goggles in order to complete, and these missions won't be available until those gadgets are purchased. This means the player can choose whether to upgrade their arsenal for heavier firepower to take down enemies, or go for a more stealthy approach and purchase gadgets that will assist them in staying undetected throughout the mission. And I hope to have some footage of that in the next coming weeks. Till next time, this has been Constant Anxiety. Have a good one, everyone.